Hey guys, welcome back to the Joe Jaguar Show, your best friend in astronomy, science, and telescopes. Well, I hope at least one of them. Okay, are Dobsonians always a pain in the rear? I need your help on this video. Okay guys, so I've been using this guy for a while now. I was having real fun, and this is the one I'm using the most. In the winter, I was actually showing you guys how to find on a map or a chart certain, because in the winter time there's a lot of open clusters, so I was showing that to you guys, taking this guy outside, pointing it, and then showing you in the eyepiece type of thing. So it worked very well. Now I'm having problems with it for a while. So are Dobsonians always a pain in the rear, and they always need something done to make them work? So, okay, on the last video, when I went up north and I did the video of how much light pollution does the moon give, I also wanted to do a few other videos, like showing you guys how the Ring Nebula looks, how M11 looks, how the Dumbbell Nebula looks, maybe the Hercules cluster. I wanted to make, like I did in the winter time, a few videos of a couple items on each video, how to find them, how do they look, even as far as when I was testing the StarSense versus this Astro Hopper and those few different videos and things like that. It's not balancing anymore. So nothing's changed, but something's changed. I know, that sounds like an oxymoron. It kind of is. But what I mean is, nothing has changed as far as up here. Everything's exactly the same for months and months. This guy, you guys see me make this counterweight. This is a Orion 3-pound, and I put this 2.5 pound because I needed more. So nothing has changed what I've done. You guys seen the video too. I've changed the regular Teflon to the virgin Teflons. I've also changed this base from the particle base to a real base. So it's like you're always tweaking on something. You guys seen me put this guy on, so now it's kind of like have go to, push to. Okay, what I really like about this scope in this condition is because, as you guys know, from the city, I'm only seeing a few. I only have a 180 south view, although I have a couple trees that have obstruction, but I can only see several stars in that whole 180. So with the StarSense or Astro Hopper now on this guy, I can actually find stuff. Remember too, I have about 7 or 8 street lights hitting my face. So with this system on a 12-inch, it's showing a lot of stuff that maybe from the city you won't be able to star hop to. So that part is amazing. And I took it up north again because it can come out, you know, this part, for you guys that know, you know, the Meade light bridge can come in, you know, it's a truss tube system, so the top can come out, the bottom can come out, the poles can come out, and so it makes it a very portable telescope and just a regular sedan now. That's where I kind of like it. But here's the problem I have. Okay, so in the winter, for like 6 months, I had no problems with balancing on any altitude. Putting my, you know, the cell phone's gonna go here, putting an eyepiece, putting my camera adapter, and another phone here, and taking videos and pictures. It worked, you know, because again, I put that extra counterweight, so everything was fine. But lately, the last few months, nothing is balancing and nothing has changed. So which means, like for instance, that, meaning I guess if I put it this way so you guys can see, let me back up. Okay, so like currently now, again, I don't even have my phone up here, which doesn't weigh it, and I don't have an eyepiece here, but even with it, it does not balance anymore. This is meaning that the mirror is too heavy. Yes, I can raise that, but you know, even if I go as high as can go, it depending on what angle I'm at. So sometimes, again, when I have that stuff up here, it doesn't matter if I'm at the very bottom, the very top. If I'm in like this angle near the top, and that's as high as it can go, it's just too heavy at the bottom. I didn't have that problem before. I'm not showing you exactly, but it doesn't balance. It's balancing right now because I don't have those items. But in the winter, I had those items, never had a problem with balancing. And I even went so far as to put my flashlight, because it has a string, and then I put an eyepiece around it. I put my 5 filter selector around it to give it more weight, and it still wasn't enough. But I'm just telling you right now, because I don't have everything on it, the eyepiece and the phone, that it's kind of balancing now. But once I put that stuff, it no longer balances no matter how high or how low. I was trying every position. The only thing that I can come up with is that in the winter, the Teflon, virgin Teflon, whatever, the bearings are, because it's cold, is more stiff. And it was giving me the perfect friction for no matter what angle I'm at to keep it. We had a couple and a couple of their kids come out. So I was trying to do a little star party. And again, no matter what combination, I even took off the phone. I took off, put a light 1.25" eyepiece. And it's still, the positions I was trying to find, like I was trying to show them the Ring Nebula, the Hercules Cluster, the Dumbbell Nebula, Andromeda Galaxy, the Owl Cluster. So everything that I showed them, and I wasn't using the star sense because it wasn't cooperating. I had to actually hold it. So the only thing that I can think of is that now in the summer, the Teflon is softer because it's warmer. So it's more slippery. And that's causing now imbalance. So the only other thing I was thinking of doing is putting another counterweight either under it or maybe another one over here to give it more counterbalance type of thing. Or moving this down because it was just too top heavy. And no matter what I did with this, as far as here, sometimes I was even having this guy way below. I don't know if you guys could see that. Like hanging out. And it still wasn't enough. And it was still falling forward when I have that stuff on the front. So no matter what I did, it just didn't work. So that's the only conclusion that I came up with, because I didn't change anything, nor what I used up here. So what is different from now the summer to the winter? You know what I mean? It ruined, I guess not totally ruined, but kind of, because I wanted to make another 2 or 3 videos showing you guys all those summer stuff, how to find it and how it's going to look like in the eyepiece, like I did in the winter. But now the summer stuff, and I couldn't because it wasn't cooperating. Do I now put another counterweight? Hopefully then that's enough. In the winter, is it going to be reversed again, where it's going to be colder, it's going to have more friction, or it's less sticky, and then I'm going to have too much counterweight, right? Then I have to take out the counterweight. So it's becoming frustrating, and I was thinking after, why do I need to take this guy up north? Because I have the 12-inch LX200. It's on a fork mount. It is go-to. It's going to have tracking, which this doesn't have tracking. The tripod's very portable. Once you collapse it, it's just a regular feel 2-inch tripod that can easily go in the trunk. And normally, once it folds, it's a bit heavy, but I can carry it one piece. And I usually put it on a seat, one of the seats of the back, and then strap it in. And usually I carry it like that. So I guess if I just take that one, it's the same like ability as this one, right? I'm not going to have any balancing issues once what I like about this system with the Astro Hopper and the Star Sense is literally alignment can be done in 30 seconds, where that kind of go-to is probably going to take about at least 10-12 minutes to get aligned. So my thinking is, why even bother taking this? Because if I'm always going to have balancing issues, if it's going to be the summer and the winter is going to have different friction coherency, if I take the 12-inch LX200, I got more power because the focal length is probably twice as much. I don't have balancing issues because once you lock it down, I can put my camera to that. I'm never going to have to worry about it. You know what I mean? This guy is good for here, right? I can only see, I don't know, half a dozen bright stars or something. And so that, with this system, the Astro Hopper or Star Sense here makes sense because it's still a 12-inch and I don't need a 10 or 12-minute alignment procedure. So it's perfect. I also still have the 12-inch Antares solid tube version. So I was kind of thinking, should I just get rid of this guy if it's just going to be for here now? And I just start taking my 12-inch LX90 SCT up north. It's a go-to, okay? And it's with tracking. I could probably do better pictures and video with that. Use my solid tube 12-inch. Maybe I could even use it on an AZ mount instead of a Dobson mount, or even put it on my EQ6. I don't know. So what do you guys think? Are these guys going to always be twice a year to fiddle around with them all the time? What's good for the winter and fall is not going to be the same friction coherency as the spring and summer. That's going to be a pain if I'm always back and forth, have to keep on altering something like this, which I don't want to do. I just want to have it set. The Antares ones have the springs, so it probably has better friction. Now, I also thought of that too. Why don't I put some type of friction mechanism on either side, and then maybe that will help? But again, it's more tinkering all the time. It's like it never ends. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking letting this one go, keeping the solid tube, and maybe that one here will be, I can easily put this Star Sense on that one. Here, let's take a look at it. Sorry for the mess. So I can easily put the Star Sense on this guy. I also customized that base too, but it has the springs, so I could, the bearings are kind of almost just like furniture gliders. But maybe on a solid tube and with the springs will actually give me better, to hold it when I want to hold it and take videos. So maybe it's just better I use this one here with the Star Sense or Astro Hopper, and then just use the 12-inch when I go up north. So again, it's the same light ability. It has tracking, has go-to. I won't have balancing problems, and that's it. Anyway, you guys tell me, do you think it's also because the summer and the winter has different, it makes the Teflon either softer or harder, and that is the difference in, the two seasons? And I'm always going to go through with that unless I add another counterweight and take it off when it's, every 6 months I got to put on a counterweight, take off a counterweight, or I have to make some type of more friction on this guy. Thank you for watching the video. And if you want to comment, that'd be great. For you guys that's been subscribed to me, thank you. Share my channel with anybody you know that's getting into astronomy. If you're on the forums and maybe somebody or is looking for a video that I have, share my link with them. I also do have a members videos that once a month I put a video out just for the members. They will not go public. I also put your name in the description, so that's what you get for your 99 cents. I think it's very reasonable. Also supports the channel and me growing. And that's it, guys. Why not you? Why not me?